to nobility. Ollie danced through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escaped from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined, sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Ollie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, Ollie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escaped from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a clip. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. A rogue on the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Boo-Boo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with a lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the spell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the spell, with little Boo-Boo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. For his mate, little Boo-Boo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Boo-Boo, his talents wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Boo-Boo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo-Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boo-Boo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journey
halfling stood tall. Sea gray eyes, a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, penned on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With boulder hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Grey, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
You didn't say 2 or 1.
That's a TV thing.
Those are silently counted in. 3 is the last number, and then it's. We don't have the.
I didn't know that.
in the
Yeah,
document,
he's
so,
off
like,
camera. You can't do that.
yeah.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to our Legion game that lets you play as Legion. But there's no Legion in this particular game, so sorry about that. Welcome back. We last caught up with our they were caught in a bit of a time loop. Their first loop, they discovered that the Lord Commander Typhon, head of the Knights of Solamnia, had put together a bring himself and others back to prevent the party from releasing the gods. However, Time Machine didn't work as advertised. Time reset to the morning at 8 a.m. when the party woke that day. On the second day through the time loop, the party realized that well, why don't you guys help listen? What potential clues were uncovered? What is your goal this day now?
Well, we have a 1 in 500 chance of ending everything. We definitely learned that. So that's pretty good odds to spend our time. What I've learned is that we can spend our time doing whatever we want for a little bit of time, and then we need to fix the problem. But we should talk to Garrett. We need to talk to him at 9 a.m.
Yes, Garrett does appear to also be caught in this loop and did ask you to talk to him at 9 a.m.
In case of anybody else is forgetting, we know that we need to we actually have to let them get the head.
Right. We stole the tuna fish last time, but all that did is just complicate things. But it did give us the Darrett information, which is really nice. Yes. And we also found out that there's seemingly no way to get your families out of harm's way. Like there's too much structure around being at the party and necessity and everything like that. So politically they can't get out, and stubbornly I think Arlie's family wants to hold. They're digging their heels in because this is their time to join the uppity ups and get some legitimacy. So hard pressed to just let that party continue.
But if we do get if we let Adolfo finish building the machine, but then get to him with the machine with our head and our empty crystal, then we can have him build a machine that ends this whole thing and puts everybody down at the party that night. We need all of the constructs. We can turn the party into our own trap, but we got to let him build the machine, I believe.
Yes, I think the thing that Adelpho pointed out to the party was that it would be hard for him to invent a reason that he had found the head if one already thought that the head was missing. So, as long as there's something done to get Legion's head, Rosemary's head, to Adelpho, things can move forward. One other thing that I wanted to the party of that Bad stumbled upon may or may not become relevant in this game. I believe only 2 of our players have access to lightning damage, but it seemed to affect the constructs that other forms of damage did not. Shut them down fairly. They did eventually repower. Really effective. Okay. Anything else anyone wants to add?
Well, we know
There's a growing turmoil inside Aelric that maybe he should save the goose.
You can try.
You should
got
just
time.
try.
Okay. So, without further ado, then, Claire, do you want to add anything? Or are you good?
Oh, I'm still just like, right, Rosemary is in this somehow, and I can't. I'm more piecing things together than I am capable of recapping them.
Rosemary's is the other head.
Why are there two heads? Why did Rosemary? Didn't we leave Rosemary at a tower full of gnomes? I guess she's been recovered.
Yeah, so that's a good
And was
question. So
involved.
Rosemary was a prototype for the Legion and a backup for the Legion fail.
Rosemary.
Within the, I mean, I'm the gnome would tell you this, but I mean, probably a safe assumption that Jean was a machine designed to use Rosemary's head as a focal point to channel magic. Could also use Legion's head as a channel magic. They're very similar.
So okay, so we don't know, but is her head in the fish, or how is it? Maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you discovered that actually the last day through, that they had smuggled the head into the city by way of the tomb.
Okay.
No.
And our Legion with the head that we knew and loved so well, MIA.
No. Legion was destroyed when you guys freed gods from Legion, but the party, or Harold in particular, recovered Legion's head from the site.
Okay. We got two construct heads. One is in a backpack that Harold hid in a room, and we found that one. Well, we did. I know it's the start of a new day. We have not yet found that in this Groundhog Day. And then we know that there is another head of another Legion construct, the other type, the Rosemary, in the fish
That is
bucket.
currently on its way to being city to use
And do they?
the focus in this machine.
And they've got. Do they have a Legion body, or they're just trying to get Takesis back into a head?
From what Adelpho told you, they're harnessing the latent energy that was in Takesis, let's call it a soul stone or a god stone, that she left behind very potent resonance within that object. And that they're using because Rosemary's designed to fit these, just like Legion was. They're plugging it into Rosemary's head as the focus, create enough magical energy, the power source for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Conversely, party's goal, according to Adelpho, Legion head with an empty soul crystal. So if that goes into the machine and activates, essentially the opposite is going to happen. All of the latent energy from used to power all of these evil constructs of the Knights of Solamnia will be sucked back in this stone. Time will not go backward.
Okay, I did not put that together about the evil constructs. So there's an army of evil constructs that are new as of all of our shenanigans. This is like a new development.
Yeah. So you don't know that they're evil. They're just constructs, right? And they follow the Lord Commander's orders.
Right.
But they have been beefed up by magic, witnessed by the party at the end of the first session. They were blasting. The energy that they were releasing was the same as the energy that Bad was imbued with when he died. It was the same as the energy that there were a couple of roles guys put it together that they must be sharing in this magic.
Okay. And these are the same. Okay. Sure. Okay. That's not important. Okay. And the thing that Harold is floating in a jar of goo attached to.
It's not goo. It's just one of the. It's the same kind of stasis field that your families were hit at the
Oh,
end of
sorry. It's
yeah,
not
it's
goo.
just
It's
sort
like a
of in the
suspended
stasis.
kind of
Yeah,
time sort of.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's nice for him. Nicer. Um. Okay, and that is because they are trying to extract the fact that we've all been affected by. There's something magical about us that they think that we can
Correct.
cause
So
some kind of
what
chain reaction that will get.
they the action of freeing all the gods created massive resonance from all of the magic that was that resonance is carried by you. It is carried by the foundry as the location in which it occurred. It is also carried at that moment. The thought is that they can use as an anchor, direct this thing to nearest, like, the nearest similar resonance in the time stream, which is that event itself.
Which is what event itself? Oh,
Release of
the
all the gods.
destruction.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Okay. All right. This is good. This is good as caught up as I can get.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Anyone else?
I want to cast Shadow Blade and attack Arlick. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're not there.
Okay.
We haven't done that many loops yet. We're not.
Why are you attacking Ilric so that he doesn't go for the goose? Like, the goose must die. We must preserve the original timeline, but
It's
obviously not.
that yet.
Time loop madness has not taken us over yet.
No, not yet.
So I think I mean we have an hour, so I think we get ourselves ready to get to. I mean I think we just. I mean this is what
Right.
Eric's.
Well, let me set the scene really quickly. Clear day and a cold day. Coming on the glass of. Outside the room, you hear sound of servants arguing, and in the distance, a screaming goose. Outside your window, a flock of starlings. That immediately before time skipped, you had been engaged in a combat where your nose was broken. Would be a euphemism. Wake up.
I sit bolt upright. I touch my face. I assume my nose is not hurting at all and it's just a regular old nose.
Regular old nose.
I just luxuriously stretch. Like, I just enjoy every muscle group in my body, and I stretch as the other two deal with the fact that we're time looping however they need to. But despite whatever they do, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go get the head out of the hidey hole.
Okay. Arlie, Aelric.
Elric just gets up, looks around, checks everything. Same thing. He just pragmatically starts to start the day, begins to head towards the door, and then he turns back and says to Darret's,
Well, it's 8. To me at 9.
yeah,
Would be maybe the barracks are adjoining to the palace in which you're staying, so it would be at most 20 minutes to get there. You have a bit of time to fart around or plan or do whatever you want to do. Go directly there.
well, Elric doesn't have another plan. He doesn't think that deep right now. He's got this one like kind of pragmatic approach here. He finds a new piece of it. I mean, that's what we did with the tuna. We got up and we went and got the tuna. And so I think that's what he assumes is going to happen this time.
If Arlie is just gonna keep lounging in bed while I grab the head, what are the two servants fighting about?
Oh, one of them is younger cousin, the other. The elder cousin got the younger cousin a job in this, and is very upset that the younger cousin has been taking enough liberties with ingredients that people are going to. A little theft is okay, but you need to be sensible about it. Like, don't get caught. You're gonna notice a pint of beer here, a little bit of chocolate there, right? It's a big palace, but probably shouldn't take an entire wheel of.
Well, our primary concern, other than talking to Derek, is that we need to somehow make sure that this head makes it to Adolfo, but in such a way that it doesn't raise suspicions, and then afterwards we have to talk to him to let him know what the actual plan is.
It feels like things will just take care of themselves. Everyone's playing the same line. The only new information that we really have is that we need to meet with Darrett at 9.
Right, but I'm still pretty sure that didn't he say that he had a way to solve it? We just needed to have all the constructs around?
The gnome said that?
Yeah, he needed both heads
Right.
and the empty gemstone. No, just one head,
Yeah.
the empty gemstone.
But all the constructs, yes.
So we have to get, but we have to get the empty.
That came after Darrett told us to meet him at 9.
Right. So we went to him. We know that Lord Hyde goes to see him sometime at around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Arlie, didn't we use your spell to overhear that conversation?
Yes, so the conversation that you overheard of Typhon visiting the workshop occurred at 11 a.m. Break down the timeline of major events that have occurred so far, if it's helpful for the party. So, at 8:30 a.m. in the marketplace is sold. Whether it is to you or to the chef of the Bozeman, sold at or around 8:30 a.m. At 9:30 a.m., the knights arrive at the Bozeman and search for the tuna. If tuna has been purchased by the Bozeman and the market, the tuna monger tells the knights where to go. They didn't search the last time because you guys gave a stupid fake name. At 11 a.m., approximately, one visit and threatens Adelpho in his workshop. You all arrived to the workshop around 11:30 a.m., activated the machine, jumped back in time at yesterday. Between noon and 6 p.m. on the first day, nothing much happened. The banquet started at 6 p.m., and the device was activated at 8 p.m.
So we can still get Wyhan on board and warn our families after. All right, so we talk to Derek at 9. We head over to the gnome, and we tell him. We give him the crystal. We tell him what the plan is. We leave. We warn our families. We warn Wyhan. we trap the trappers.
That sounds like as good of a plan as we can go forward with at this moment. Unless you want to save the goose.
If you want to, you want to save the goose. Would that make you feel better?
I'm not sure that the goose has anything directly to do with our next step, but it is starting to feel like we're hearing the goose with regularity. Let's see what happens this time, and then if we come back here, let's save the goose.
I'll follow Arlick on his silly little side quest to save the goose.
We can save saving the goose until the next time. Let's just get to Darrett.
Save the goose soon because the chef is running after it. I'm gonna save
Yeah,
the
no,
goose. It needs to
Take
be
it right now. We have time. We have 40 minutes before we have to leave.
All right. So, Aelric, do I have hunting? How do I find them? What do you want me to do to
You can hear the goose screaming. I don't know if
Okay.
you've had many experiences with geese, but they're not quiet
Okay.
creatures.
Yeah.
When disturbed.
Okay. Well, I will beat feet to the goose.
Okay. You burst through the doorway and trip over a cat.
I trip over a cat?
Nearly trip over a cat in your hurry to leave the room. Make an insight roll.
I generally have no insight.
The
Oh,
rest of the
Aelric,
party can make an
18.
insight roll. 18? Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Coming strong with the insight.
It's odd because leaving the room on the same time you've always left the room. Don't remember a cat having been in the hallway before. Cat looks up at you with the expression that only a cat can muster when offended, flicks its tail up and just, slinks off to
Otherwise, no familiarity with this cat whatsoever.
You've already lived this day twice. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you're just a minute off leaving the room this time.
Okay.
There wasn't a cat before.
Okay. But it's not like library cat or the
No,
incarnation.
no,
of
it's just a
or
mouser.
Scatterboosh or any. Okay, great. That's really
No,
what
no,
I
it's
was
just a mouser.
Okay. All right. Moving towards the thing. Thank you.
Okay.
8 a.m.
Um,
8 a.m. Cat at door.
Is anyone going with you?
I'm gonna give one last look to Arlie, who I believe is praying or trying to commune with her deity, and I'm gonna as I walk out, I'm just gonna sort of look at her, and then I'm gonna run after the big dragon man who's gonna go bother the chef about the goose.
Yeah, I'm picturing Arlie still still sitting in bed, but surrounded by books and prayerful things that she's brought with her. I feel like I don't understand enough yet. So I've got scry or legend lore prepared. And obviously I can't pick new spells and then rest, right? So weird. It's not the, and I'm wondering if any of these, I'm wondering if I want to scry on get information on a different person today. But I don't really have a strong sense of who I would learn more about. And I'm not sure if any of the, I could legend lore on but I think we understand there's not an item that we've encountered that we don't understand. I don't think. So that's literally, I think, what Arlie's doing. He's trying to think of, figure it out. Yeah, so that's I got nothing. I got nothing, so Arlie's got nothing.
All right. Elric, you run off after the sound of the crying. The hallways are busy with the hustle bustle that comes with preparing for a feast of the size that is about to be. Orders come through, being barrels of beer and wine and mead over on their shoulders, big burly. Meanwhile, men and women caked in flour, all looking for their next break or heading towards a dinner. As you round the corner, see backed up into an alcove, making itself look big and hissing, the goose, cornered by a young elven chef, wielding a cleaver, slowly advancing.
I'm gonna make an intimidation roll.
Okay.
And accompanying that intimidation roll is chef, stop.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
The chef stops, goes bolt upright, and turns around to look at you. A mix of emotions across the chef's face. First, the shock and surprise of seeing a dragonborn. I mean, you are the last one. Followed by being told what to do, and the sort of the indignation that comes from that just interrupted your job. He is scared of you.
So I just start walking right towards the chef. And just
The
hold
chef,
his face the whole time. Oh, dang.
Sorry?
We lost Sam. Yeah, oh, he's back. Okay, come on. Yeah.
Sorry, you all froze.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just walking right to him, just not gonna pull my gaze off.
Someone holding a cleaver, he looks awfully scared of you. Manages to hold his ground. He's about 5'4", and so needs to take his head back to look.
And I as I get close enough to him, that would be basically what they would call fighting measure. Is are you with me?
I'm with you.
I just, without breaking the gaze to the elf, Elric just bends his head over and says, Thad, retrieve the goose.
No. How have you ever tried to you go retrieve the goose? I will intimidate the chef. I am so sorry, by the way. We need the goose. I say to the chef.
You can't have the goose is it's in the menu.
No, you didn't get the memo. Do you know who I am? I am Thaddeus Turnpike of the Turnpike family, former ruler of the city of Kalamon.
Yes.
Do you know how offensive it is to serve goose to a Nordmarian?
No.
They're a sacred animal for us. So my big dragon friend is going to grab the goose. We are going to set it free, as all geese should be. Bless the Lord of Geese. And that's what's going to happen.
My apologies, my lord. We weren't told of this description. We did inquire if there were any food allergies.
It's completely understandable. It's completely pleased. We do not. The Turnpikes are not ones to punish mismanagement of their staff. But if you ever want to work in a well-run household, you know where to travel.
Much obliged, Lord. He sort of
Oh, will
walks
you
around Elric and disappears back into the kitchen.
Elric, grab the goose, please.
What's the status of the goose?
The goose looks fairly unbothered. It maybe it's the wings, maybe it's the fact that geese are just big lizards with feathers.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it doesn't seem to view you as a threat, just as a goose. A weird looking goose. Maybe, it might be concerned that you're sick. Geese get sick, they lose their feathers. It might be concerned for you, but you grow awfully big.
Great. Elric gets as low as he possibly can on the floor and then just reaches out his hand towards the goose.
Goose goes "Ah, ah," and allows you to pick it up.
Fantastic. I'm going to take the goose back to the room on a nice stroll, just here.
Thad stares at this in disbelief.
Where do you leave the goose, Elric?
In the room.
In your bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to walk in with Arlie still praying.
Arlie's like not praying. Arlie's consulting a bunch of different
Crying.
books. She looks like the meme of the, Charlie from It's Always Sunny, where he's like trying to point at everything, but it's
Yeah.
like just not going, and like she can't make any sense of anything. She's pointing at the maps and she's, I don't know, doesn't accurately remember the things that we did, I guess.
So
Oh.
Elric takes the goose over to his bedding and then sets the goose down. Turns to Arlie. We save the goose.
Right, was that? I haven't actually factored in what saving the goose does to the timeline. So, I don't know. You might have now maybe we're 2 in a 500 chance of ending the universe. I don't know, but I will try to factor the goose in. And then she just like throws out like another bit of string and lassos the goose, and it goes like ah, and she like ties it. She's just losing the plot. Like she's just.
Harley, you're gonna need to make an animal handling roll if you want to lasso a goose. Sorry.
I mean, I can also just throw a spool of thread at it and it bounces off. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fine,
care
fine.
either way.
Well, then, if you're saying all that, Elric then says, then you should know we saw a cat outside the door.
Oh God! And then an entire book is gonna just like slide off the bed, and a bunch of like notes are gonna explode out of it.
What time is it approximately after that? After the
Right
book
now, it is
on the
about
bed?
8:30. About
We should
8:30.
go. We should go.
Arlie, are you staying
Right.
or are you going to Darrett's?
What? And what's at Darrett's? Which part is Darrett playing in this?
We were
Yes.
supposed to meet Darrett at 9.
Oh, we're in a loop.
Right. Oh, right. The one other person. Okay, who said meet me? He did say to meet him before 9, right?
At
He said to
9.
me at 9.
At 9. Well, we mustn't risk before 9. Okay. Luckily, I've made a Cole's notes of this insanity, so that will help me surely. And she scrunches, like a kid putting their homework in their backpack. A type B personality kid. Just scrunches it all up and follows it, but isn't gonna look up from reading, so she's gonna just like toddle behind.
Okay. And I guess we just head towards head towards Darrett's unless something stops us along the way. It seems like the busyness of the castle is going to give us good cover to get in and out whenever we want.
The whole party is going. Yes.
Save the goose.
Oh,
The goose is
save
gonna
for the
stay.
goose. Yes. So, you leave the goose in the bathtub. Seems to enjoy. Luckily, it hasn't shit yet, but it will. Being as it is a goose.
Won't Well, it's all tabula rosa the next day.
Right. So you head down the palace, down a spiral staircase, out into grounds. Again, it's busyness everywhere. Also, just the regular busyness grounds. There's a lot of commerce goes on here. People come up to a market, and it's open to the townsfolk. The Solamnia is no longer on a war foot. The castle around Kalaman right now is much much less, it wouldn't be like this if it wasn't like this the last time you guys were. One of the shops that you pass has a couple of kids that just stare up at you guys, like, don't look like you're from around here, any of you, even the human. And you go into barracks, which are at the moment empty. Recalling how you found your way to Darrett's room today, but 2 days ago, let's call it, on first day, you slowly creak open the door. The first thing that hits you, Elric, is smell. You know this smell very well. It's the smell of blood. Darrett's room has been thoroughly turned over. There's pieces of paper with notes on them everywhere. His writings are quite hurried. But what grabs your attention as you walk in is Darrett's form on the floor. His face is shock white. Throat has been cut. Ear to. He lies in a pool of his own blood, quite lifeless.
Arlie diligently takes notes and starts to draw a chalk outline. Seemingly unbothered because nothing means anything anymore.
Elric, can I inspect the blood and see if it's sticky to get an idea of how long he's been dead?
Yeah.
What would that be under? What would you like me to do?
Investigation.
Damn it. Okay. I'm so bad at all this stuff. One of you smarties need to be doing this.
Oh, well, that's kind of what I mean by she's drawing a chalk outline. Like,
okay.
she's like placing, she's like, right, this is the evidence, number 1, number 2, and this is so I'm happy to.
Elric does this. He dips it and he goes, yep, it's blood. No, he
Blood, I'll tell you this, Elric, the blood is still warm.
Okay. Note to self, don't save the goose.
We haven't completely come to that conclusion, though. This actually might be because of the cat.
Who else knows? Who else could know?
I don't know, but I'm ready to scry on them if we find out.
See what the Lord Commander is doing right now.
Oh, sure. I know who that is. And Arlie.
He saw him at the banquet 2 nights ago.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I know who he is. Right. It will just take me 10 minutes. Should we do it here or head somewhere?
Yeah, we should do it here.
Yeah,
okay, great. So Arlie just sits down and gets all of her trinkets out and creates like a little ritual circle, so that we can scry on the Lord Commander.
As Arlie starts that, Elric turns to Thed and says, it might not be somebody that knows. This might be part of a plan that's in action.
But in every other loop, he's alive past this time for us to talk with him. Unless this always happens. Wait, can you bring him? Do you have any means of bringing him back to life?
Oh,
revivification, right?
yeah. With if he's just been dead for less than a minute, then yes, I could revivify him. How much time have we wasted?
We don't know.
More than a
We don't
minute.
know how long he's been dead.
Well, if this has happened in time can be funny, can't it? Is this just a series of 6 seconds or is it 60?
Hmm.
I'll let
No,
the DM rule on that one.
Keep on seeing what he's doing.
I mean, you can cast the spell and see what happens.
Like Arlie would
The only
have a
person that
sense.
made an investigation roll to do how long he's been dead failed the investigation roll. So you guys don't have that knowledge.
Oh, I rolled a 15. I did roll an investigation check at the same time, and I rolled a 15.
Sorry. Yeah, no, with the 15, he hasn't been dead long, but he's been dead for longer than a minute.
Okay.
No, spy on the Lord Commander of the Solomonic Knights. Oof.
All right. I'll carry
It's-
on.
It seems like somebody knew that we were coming here to silence him.
Someone doesn't want us to know something. And they know that we know that he knows. Which is a bit of a leap because so far no one has revealed that they know that we know that he knows.
It's possible that the Lord Commander does know, but by the way that he was acting the day beforehand, it's just so nonchalant. But no, he didn't. But maybe he would be acting nonchalant if he didn't know that we were looping too.
Sorry, Sam, did you ask Arlie a question or I didn't?
I was thinking out loud at that point in time. If the 10 minutes come up,
Okay,
let's see
I'll
what
tell you
Lord
what,
Commander.
Guys, something's about to happen. And make a Arcana check. Or a yeah, I think Arcana or
23 Arcana.
okay. So Eric's ability blue was never explained explicitly and somehow used his blood to transfer that ability over to you guys. However, Barrett was also present when the gods were not as close as you all. Barrett was part of that force. So it's possible that merely existing in that moment enough to trigger that effect on, which he then passed on. So the question might be, who else in Kalaman right now also present at the Foundry? Hypothetically, it's possible. Couldn't rule it out.
Bubo's teacher, Nire.
Nire was in the room with us, but we haven't seen Nire here. Waihan wasn't near. I mean, the dwarf.
Cudgel? Cudgel was
Cud-
there. Yeah, Cudgel and Cudgel's mercenaries were there.
And
Soldiers
Cudgel-
that you brought along with you on the Ethereal Dread were there. Elfo was there.
The
Well,
whole
no,
bunch-
Delpho remained on the Ethereal Dread.
Yeah,
believe.
because he was squat talking boss.
Yeah. Yeah, Cudgel would have been there. Ben was there. I mean, it's a long list, but it's not a very long list.
Bubo was also there.
Bubo was also there, but you've not seen Bubo all day. Okay.
No, in the room, but it's beyond just in the room. There was a whole war that was going on outside of us. I mean, I guess it is possible that the Lord Knight, do we know for a fact that the Lord Knight of, oh, wait. Was there another? No, that paladin didn't come with us. What's her name?
No,
Declan?
I
Yeah,
Becklin was there
Declan was there.
because
they
Becklin
were.
brought constructs to reinforce you.
Is Becklin, have we seen? Yes, didn't Becklin say something snidey to me at the dinner party? Yes. So
On the first
we're still in the, Becklin's quarters wouldn't be that far from here, would they?
No, they wouldn't be.
We should probably talk to Becklin immediately.
But Becklin is a paladin. Becklin wouldn't do this.
No, but somebody is killing the people that might be experiencing time loops, and Becklin might have been close enough to also be immune to the resets.
So you're saying
Outside
you're saying
barracks.
those who were fighting in that battle are outside of this reset that we're experiencing. Everybody that is possibly in that battle.
That's the working theory, yes.
Arlie, how much longer till you do your scry?
Soon as we hit 10 minutes, it'll kick off, and I will be able to see what the Lord Commander is up to right now. Where he is.
Should you find Becklin and I stay with Arlie? Or
Sure.
should I seek Becklin and you stay with Arlie?
No, I don't mind leaving the two of you alone at all, says Thad, who has never picked up any of the subtext.
Adam.
Arlie blushes.
I believe someone
I'm
should
concentrating.
someone should stay with Arlie and you go seek Becklin and find out.
Yes,
You
no,
know Anna, I would be no use anyway.
I have a terrible relate. No, it's perfect. Yes, you please watch the Godforsaken Kender.
Yeah.
I know you were going to say something about the quarters, Keen, as I walk out.
I wanted to ask who has the head? Thad has the head, correct?
Yeah.
You can get the head. Okay, that's important. Thad, you leave the barracks. Let me describe this sort of. It is essentially a longhouse. Some of it is open with bunks. These are for the anyone below officer rank. They just have bunks lined up, and you guys are further in the back of this longhouse where there are just kind of small individual rooms. It's not a lot of space. Maybe a dozen individual rooms. You begin going to check them, and then you find what you think might be Becklin's room. Merely because it actually roll investigation for me.
$19.
You recall some of the clothes that Becklin was wearing at the ball later tonight, and see them in one of the rooms. Assume it to be Becklin.
Do I see any grunts around now that I know that she's not in her room?
No, there's no one. No one's in the building right now. Want to search it?
Nobody's in the building right now. Yeah, I'm gonna before I go back, that makes me slightly uneasy, and I'm gonna do a larger investigation of the whole barrack. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, it's like guards get up early in the morning. This is just their sleeping quarters.
Right, but there's
all at work.
nobody. There's nobody stationed. There's nobody there's no. I poke my head outside to see if there's like that becomes deflated.
That as you're in Becklin's Arlie, you're casting Scry, I believe.
Yeah, so whenever we hit 10 minutes in the game, like 10 minutes, like whenever narratively you feel like we hit the 10 minutes, it'll happen.
So you find yourself overlooking Lord Commander Hyphen. Stands at the head of column 3 wide, 4D of constructs of the Knights of Salamia. He is in the marketplace and walking towards the barracks.
Walking toward where we are right now.
Yes.
Are we in the barracks? Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, that's Darrett.
Right.
Darrett's room is in the barracks, and Becklin's in the barracks. So we're all in the
Okay.
barracks.
So Arlie, I guess I'm just gonna play that Arlie didn't pay. Like she just doesn't. She's just like, oh look at that. He's headed towards the barracks. I wonder how far away that is from Darrett's bedroom, where we are right now. That's what she's gonna say out loud to Aelric as she continues to be present to her scry and sort of continues absentmindedly setting up her little mystical tokens.
Aelric very patiently swings and says, "Grab your gear. We are in the barracks."
Oh, well, that's not very good because he's he's
Grab your gear. Grab your gear.
So again, like a child shoving everything back into their backpack. Another layer of crumple. She's like, don't worry, it will look better tomorrow. I don't have to maintain it.
So do we need to go out the? Is there only one exit out of this? That's one thing I didn't understand. Did Thad's leaving require the same entrance that we used, or was there a different exit for it?
There's a back door as well. Yeah.
Okay. Aelric, as Arlie is cleaning up her array of things, Aelric moves to the back door and cracks it open. Do you need me to roll stealth or anything?
No, the marketplace is loud enough. You could kill a man inside the barracks. No one will hear you.
Fantastic. So he's just gonna crack the door open and give it a look and see if there's a host of troops coming our way.
Not
Or
quite yet.
a throng of people. Okay, great. So
So again, the barracks is a long house.
yeah,
The side facing the town's castle square is the side for infantry. There's another exit door that is on the officer's side, which is much smaller.
right.
These two sections are separated by a door.
Gotcha. Oh, that's the door I'm at. Oh, that that third door is what Thad's going out. There's a door here and a door here, and then there's a door between. So if I'm looking at it like from God's eye, there's a door here, and then there's a door here that separates the two. Yeah, all right.
This is where all the normal soldiers live,
Right.
where the officers live. This is where you are. This
Gotcha.
exits to the square.
Yeah.
Exits to the back.
Gotcha. Jesus. I don't know how to warn Thad.
Oh, I can warn Thad. Where's Thad? Where'd he go? I was busy focusing on my scry.
He went to seek out Becklin.
Oh, right. But what are we warning him? That we're in danger? What is it that we're warning him about? Because if we leave this building, we'll be in less danger.
Well, he is
Already
not with us.
indicated that.
I mean, he's not coming back here.
Still
He
in
might
this place.
Oh, right. He might come back here. Okay, one
No,
second.
he's still in this place with.
Oh,
Yes,
but he hasn't left yet.
That?
No,
No, I
Thad
haven't-
left.
I haven't
Oh,
left.
sorry.
Oh, you left?
No, I stuck my head. I mean, I think that I probably. You guys went to the front door.
No, because I was like, he's coming to the front door. There's no way Arlie. Okay, I know I'm playing her -1 intelligence real strong tonight, but like, I don't think she's that daft.
So I think that Thad went to the back door to see if there was like on the more alpha serial slides. I think that I opened up those doors and looked around to see if there is somebody, if I could ask where Becklin was, but I don't think I saw anybody, so I probably closed them, and I think that's when I turned around deflated that Becklin wasn't, that like more people weren't around at 9 a.m. Which makes
Okay.
sense.
Once
That's
Yeah.
on me. I misunderstood how the arrangement of the rooms were. So that's on me. So he's within shouting distance and everything, right?
Yeah.
So I think we just got to rally us and get out of this damn place.
So as soon as we see you, because we're hasty, as I'm shoving all my papers and scrolls back into my side bag, and Elric is like, encouraging me to not drag my feet. Then we see you, right? We run into you,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
and we'll just be like, Arlie will just be like, right, we're about to be caught, so we have to go
We didn't do
by
anything.
the man himself. We're about to be
He's
caught by him.
obviously You right now?
Yes,
We
yes,
need to
right
go out the
now,
back door.
right outside the door,
Yeah,
right out,
yeah.
not this door, that door. According to the scry. There's some wrong. There's no-
I start leading them to the back door, and I ushered them through it. And once they're through it, I closed the door behind them.
Right. As you exit the officer's hall, back door of the longhouse, you hear from inside the barracks the unbelievable clunk of 800-pound constructs marching in lockstep. It's quite a sound.
I cast Longstrider on the three of us, and then I start running back towards the castle.
Okay.
I am staying with Arlie and moving in stride with Arlie as best I can, as I'm sure the last tethers and ties of whatever things that are carrying her stuff are being tethered and tied.
And they're just like, it's all just, it's not like mystical or beautiful arcane clutter. It's, I don't know, like cleric clutter, It's just like little wooden, it's just silly looking.
Great. You guys go back to the castle as well.
Arlie's just gonna follow, I think that she's still trying to maintain information on the scry. Like, as if she doesn't break concentration, she can keep watching.
Pick her up, carry her, Arlick, so she can scry.
She's done scrying, right?
No, she can.
I think I can keep going. I'll go check and see how long it lasts, but
I don't think it would occur to him, but if she asked for it, he would.
I like the idea of Thad suggesting it because Arlie's taking too long. But I don't know.
10 minutes. We have a 10-minute window.
Okay. So I guess Elric picks her up as she's scrying.
Okay.
She
So-
doesn't. She's just gonna be so focused. She's like, whoa.
So, you run back.
That or I feel like she should have to roll not to get distracted by being picked up by Elric and losing concentration.
I won't punish that. Don't worry.
Okay, she understands what's happening.
You go back to your room. Where are you headed?
As soon as I hit the ground, I checked that they're behind me, and the first, I once we're far enough away and we're close enough to the ground, I'm going to stop my full tilt run into I'm a noble with very important business, and I'm going to find the first servant, and I'm going to ask for directions to Wyhand's room.
Okay.
Why, Han?
So, Arlie, I'll tell you what you see as this is going on, because I think it's going to be about 10 minutes until you get to Wyhand's. And then I'll just assume that you relay it to the group. I've been in the
Sure.
constructs, their barracks. I head to Derek's room. I find looks genuinely surprised to find him dead. Constructs immediately split up and search all of the adjoining rooms. One notices that the back door is left open. Typhon leaves one of the constructs with Darrett's body and goes outside to the marketplace, asking people what they'd seen. Typhon is the Lord Commander. Speaks with two children closest to the barrack and asks them, like someone not used to dealing with children friendly, says, you both look like very clever children, are you? Younger, a boy, maybe it's the younger brother. They're both about 6 years old, 8 years old. Peasant clothes. They have blonde hair that hasn't quite gotten brown yet. Still have that youthful blonde about them. He goes, yeah, we're clever. What you want? Wow, that is wonderful. Love to know. Have you seen anyone going in the barracks? Boy starts, yeah, we've seen. And his sister elbows him very, very hard in the. Well, you might have seen someone, but then again, you might not have. Typhon kind of smirks to himself and reaches into his pouch a silver coin. As jaded adventurers, this does not seem like a lot of money to you. I'll tell you, for a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old peasant, this is their eyes go wide. He immediately says, there was a big dragon man and also a short woman and also a guy that looked like a Viking.
So at this point, as I'm relaying this, sorry, Kate, I don't want to interrupt, but I want to ask, because Arlie's relaying what she's seeing to her friends. So she's just gonna be like, Thad, we might as well have signed it Wyhan Candlewick. Tiamaticus, oh gosh, and Turnpike, because it's not looking good for us. It's really bad timing, our investigation. Oh, Sam, you're muted.
On that, like, as we're coming to the rooms, I turn around and I'm like, somebody needs to go and tell somebody that there's been a murdered immediately, and that we came back here to tell them that we found his body, and that's why we left.
But wait, I'm still in the scribe. Let me get, and Arlie's gonna, so continue, Keen, because I totally interrupted you to tell a joke. Sorry. The kids, you got to the part where the kids were
Typhon considers this news, presses a button in his breastplate, much like the one that the guard that found you last week did, and the constructs file out of the barracks. He orders two of them to stand guard, and the rest accompany him and head towards the castle. That has been about 10 minutes of your scribe.
right. So I think we're going to be arrested next, which will be a really different way to end the day.
Either, okay, I will go tell the guards that, that Derek is dead, and that I've come back to report it after we've come here. I take the head, I hand it to Arlek. Go tell Wyhan everything that has transpired and what we should do next.
Very well. Do I know where Wyhan is?
We're on our way to the rooms. I grabbed the page. I grabbed the servant boy that we're with. I asked him where the nearest Knight of Solamnia is, but not to take me there. And then I command him to finish taking them to Wyhan.
Yes, my lord.
And we're off.
Pat, will you first? I'm gonna jump back and forth a little bit. No, actually, we're halfway through. Quick bio. Good time. I'll be back at 8:40, okay?
Damn, this thing's on a gallop tonight. Okay.
Boy, you caught that?
party. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Arlie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destinies now. Mystic from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Plucked from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true cleric now with healing in hand. She'll represent the tower across the land. But Arlie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. But Arlie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Audie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Arlie, the wandering candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destinies now. Mystic from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a breath. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. For rode on the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. Behold, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Boobo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide. The Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with the lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the spell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold, Thaddeus, master of the spell, with little Boobo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew. Their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. An owl for his mate, little Boobo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Boobo, his talons wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold, Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Boobo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boobo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart. The Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Boobo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood,
In Salamia's fields a halfling stood tall. Sea gray eyes a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, and on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With boulder hat and iron will, he faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through, he feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Grey, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.
In his wake, it is when he's in his stare. Shatter the heavens, the dragon yells beware.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, our heroes. Thad has decided to go off and state that he witnessed Eric's death to try to throw suspicion away. Meanwhile, Aelric, now holding the Legion Construct's head as well as the Godstone, and Arlie clearly knows what's going on.
He's like, hold on, what's doesn't Vin Diesel have a movie where he's like a nanny? Like, this is like the kind of vibe that I'm. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Or maybe it's a Steve Martin. It doesn't matter. It's
No, I
funny.
think it is called My Nanny, actually, with Vin Diesel, actually.
You thinking of Kindergarten Cop?
I don't know. Continue. Sorry. So Aelric's carrying everybody and everything important. And
Aelric, I'm gonna rule that Aelric is Arlie. Well, actually, no, Arlie, you're done scrying. You can
okay.
Arlie tell
so yeah. Once she's done scrying, she is like, "Oh, thank you very much for not leaving me behind. That was really nice. It's really nice of you."
My
You can put me down now if you want.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, of course. Yes. And so he puts Arlie down, and then continues to follow the young man towards Wyhan.
Okay.
Because the
Um,
young man is following Thad's command, correct?
Yeah. So Wyhan has ensconced herself of powers. Seems a bit on the nose, for a wizard, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Right.
The tower itself is one of those ones with a staircase leading up along a tall cylinder, roughly 20 feet, where you reach a trapdoor closed. The servant has stayed at the bottom of the towers, professing to fear of heights, and kind of shouts up to, just knock.
So Aelric just does that, just knocks, just hits the trapdoor with some sharp knocks.
Nothing happens for a moment, and then trapdoor ceases to be.
Okay.
Realize that what you had interacted with was in fact a solid illusion.
Okay.
As you climb the stairs now see that Wyhan may have made this her residence for quite some time now. Perhaps this is a permanent home, or one of the many. Walls are lined with books and scrolls, odd bits of herbs, and it's sort of that impression you get sometimes. I tend to exist in cluttered spaces. I'm sure you can see behind me. It appears cluttered. Wyhan's looks like everything is exactly where she wants it to be, but there's stuff everywhere. Any wall that is not covered by a bookcase or something has a hanging tapestry across it, or a single window that is letting light in from the rising sun in the east, another window that faces the west, and on the north side of the tower, a large mirror, sides wrapped in gold arching. Wyhan is sat not wearing her robe. She's wearing a sort of kimono. It doesn't look like she's been awake for very long. And she is sat on a small stool, reading a book as the sunlight pours in the eastern window. Her legs crossed, looking quite relaxed. She takes the ribbon bookmark, puts it in the middle of the book, closes it, leaves it on her lap, and looks up, says, "Oh, it's you. Where is the loud one?"
Arlie pops out from behind Aelric and is like, what are you expecting us?
No, I must say I'd had the pleasure of not expecting to see you until the evening. So do tell me, those of Salamnia that released the gods, what brings you to my room?
Arlie looks sadly over at Aelric and is like, I don't know why I thought Wyhan would know. I guess Wyhan doesn't know.
Elric moves out of the staircase into the full room and says, "How many times have you lived this day?"
Interesting question. Did not strike me as being this our previous once. And I should caution you that if you are asking me this question for the thing, maybe you should be very careful how many people you bring in on this little secret. Events.
This secret.
We don't really have to worry about that because they don't remember the next day. That's the whole point. -1 intelligence.
This secret is not as little as you think.
I see. Events. We think of events as a straight line. But it's better to think of events like in a pool when a stone is cast in that spread out in all directions to things that one does not expect. But you must tell me. They said curiosity killed the cat, but it hasn't caught up with.
I have much to say. And so Aelric begins to lay out all the facts that he knows and can remember, and lays it out in a very, very kind of efficient bullet pointing because he's not known for flourish. Occasionally looking over to Arlie to make sure that he's on track across the entire timeline until he gets to the end point where the banquet, the original events where the banquet ended with him being thrown onto his hand placed on the apparatus that then reset it the first time. He goes through all of that. Then he talks about the second day and everything that he has learned. The party has learned. Gets to the end of that, talks about the lab and how all of that ended, and then starts the third day, starting with the saving of the goose, starting with the cat in the hallway, the saving of the goose, going to Darrett's, discovering Darrett's death, fleeing Darrett's, Arlie scrying, fleeing Darrett's O quarters, and heading over here, separating from Thad, who's gone to report it because we're trying to allay suspicion. And here we are.
Hi. Good tale. Thaddeus. Tell
I'm
me
like,
what you do.
once I get directions to the guard, I'm gonna start taking off at like a full sprint. Like I want to look like I'm rushing, and I want to be huffing and puffing by the time I get to a night of Solamnia.
Okay. You reach a net of Solamnia. You can't tell their gender, their species, anything because they're in full plate. Standing guard in front of the gates of the palace.
I run up and I put an arm on one of their shoulders. Hey, Garrett, down at the barracks. Garrett has been murdered. Derek's been murdered.
Mike cocks his head for a second. Presses a button on his breastplate. Peeks into it. 10-4, reporting a murder in the barracks. Over. There's a pause, and then you hear a voice on the other end, somewhat mechanical. Confirmed. Guard 78. Proceed with witness to governor's room or inquiry. Yeah, 10-4, command. I'll be right there. Guard nods to his partner at the gate and says, escort you to the governor's room.
Oh, thank God. The God.
You guys begin
We're not the
walking
God.
towards.
Science. Sorry.
It's fine. He nods at you and then begins walking in towards the palace, towards the governor's room. I will remind you, the governor's room is where first encountered Legion. It's in the largest, tallest tower. It has a yard outside of it, and it's in. You notice as you reach the gate of the governor's room. So, well, Thad, why don't you make a perception or an arcana check for me, whichever you prefer.
I think I prefer the Arcana check. 27.
27. Some improvements have been made to this room. It is unsurprising given that it was once thought to be the most secure room in the castle and yet was so easily breached. All along the doorway of the room are rune wards, sigils. Recognize many of them as binding spells, spells that prevent scrying, spells that prevent teleportation, spells that prevent physical, like, breaking. The doors in the room are reinforced. This is a safe room.
Very loudly when I walk in, I go, wow. The last time I was here was when we fought off Lord Soth protecting the city. Who's now in the room? Is there anybody in the room for me to like pay attention to?
There's no one in the room.
Dang. I look
Someone will be
around.
here with you momentarily.
Thank you.
Closes the door behind you.
I'd pop Little Bubo into existence if the wards allow it.
Nope.
I wait.
Okay.
What was that?
Why don't you give me a perception check?
25.
Usually when you hear a door lock, it's like a heavy piece of metal clunking in place. Here instead is a very soft sound, well-oiled machinery. Click, 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 thunk.
Mother. Fucker. Oh.
Harley, Aelric. I mean, you did the Arcana roll. You had a chance not to go in. Harley, Aelric.
Yeah.
Wyhan looks at you and says, "That is very interesting. No, I don't know if that
Check.
told you that." Pardon
Continue.
me? One?
I wanted to do an insight check on Wyhan because I can't tell what I want Arlie. Arlie's insightful, so I'm trying to figure out if Wyhan is like playing us. Like, I mean, playing at not knowing, playing at, but possibly possibly
Yeah, you
Arlie
can make
knows
an
more
insight
than
roll.
actual Claire. Like, possibly it's obvious that it's
Yeah.
obvious to me.
Make an insight roll.
Oh, it's not very good.
Aelric, you can make one too if you want.
I'm gonna use a potent dice. Do I get to re-roll my portent dice, or are they the same as? Are they on Groundhog Day too?
Well, what I told you is that everything for you resets as though you had taken a long rest.
Okay, that's okay. I have a 15 and a 17 from. Oh, they resets. Sorry. So yeah, I do have to re-roll them then if it. I don't know. I don't. Are they? If they're like spells, then I wouldn't choose them. We don't get to change our spells. So if they're.
Then
sorry.
they're 15 and 17.
Okay, cool. So I am going to replace the 11 with a 50. The whatever the base roll was. It was not good. It was a 4.
Okay. Wyhan is old. So it's rather hard to surprise Wyhan. As a result of this, Wyhan often seems quite bored. Thaddeus will come running to her with a world-ending problem and it's something that she deals with on a Tuesday morning, right? She's often just completely nonplussed. She seems genuinely interested, I have to say.
Okay.
You can't tell if that is indicative of honesty, but she certainly seems like she
Well, of course,
pauses.
our secrets are interesting. The most interesting people here in this castle. So glad to entertain you, Wyhan. But what do you make of it?
Aelric
Might
reaches in. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Aelric.
Please, I interrupted you, King. I'm sorry.
She takes the book that was on her lap, puts it on the side table beside her chair, and stands up. As she does so, her kimono opens slightly. She seems entirely unconcerned with the fact that she's partially nude in front of you. Does not care. Walks over to little things, like the folding thing that people change behind. And you can see her silhouette as she begins to undress and then dress up in her working clothes.
Sorry, did you want us to just step out for a second? Because we could just step out. It's not.
Oh no,
Aelric,
time is
this is really unusual for human behavior. I just think that you should know. I mean, and I'm not very observant, so anyway, continue.
As all of that is going on, Aelric reaches into the duffel over his, grabs the Legion head, unwraps it, and says, "And then there's this."
She pokes her head from beside. What do you call that thing? Pissing me off. The thing that people used to have in their rooms to change behind, and it like folds up or it extends.
It's a dressing screen.
A dressing screen. Thank you. Yeah. She pokes her head out from behind the dressing screen, which is printed with paisley and little birds. Probably hundreds of hours of artisans to stitch it out of silk. Oh. Well then, As she's dressing, she continues. I don't know if Thaddeus ever told you this, but you know that I was there when we sealed the gods' legion.
I am not aware of this, Arlie.
Sorry. Does Arlie know? Claire doesn't know.
I've
I don't
mentioned
know
this.
if Arlie.
I have mentioned this to the party. I've relayed this. I've been terrified of I don't know if you would. You might not. Dragon Man has bothered to pay attention to it, but you certainly would know that she had been there at the ceiling.
Okay. Oh, at the original one? Okay. Right. How does it feel having all of your hard work kind of like undone and then redone and then changed? I would feel possibly some kind of a way.
Well, Arlie, I'll be honest with you. I feel rather fucked off about it.
I mean, I highly yep. I sing a song, make some art. It's a good, powerful feeling. Lots can come from a feeling of being fucked off.
I lost friends on that day, as she continued to dress.
Oh, it's real and heavy. I'm sorry.
We nearly destroyed half the world.
Yeah.
Perhaps in our youth. So, just so I'm clear and I know who I'm dealing with, and she steps out now from behind the dressing screen wearing her red robes. And she goes over to a mirror and begins to black robes, her hair back and begins putting it into a high and tight bun. Hair is usually worn up, but the first time you've seen her with it down, it goes all the way to a small of her back. A lot of time to grow it. And she continues wrapping her hair up into this bun. She says, just so that I can understand the person my young Thaddeus is. Assume you wouldn't be here if he hadn't told you to come. You are involved in a conspiracy to capture the gods by means of travel. You suspect someone might also share your mission. And my young Thaddeus has advised you to become a wizard of some immense power who has a personal stake in the gods remaining trapped in the Legion construct for help. Is that correct? As she finishes, very long, sharpened ivory and plunging it in the fun.
Honestly, I have no idea if that's correct.
Yes, that's
Maybe,
correct.
maybe. Oh, great.
I see. Well, perhaps I will give young Thaddeus the benefit of the doubt that I have told him that time travel is extremely, and that I would know that time to travel to a legal term is a canon event. To reverse it in a way would be dangerous verging on the simply won't work. The universe won't allow it. Not that I disagree with the idea. What is it that you want from me?
Well, that's what Thad left out. I believe we are at an impasse. We don't know how to proceed. We don't know how to stop this from happening in the future.
Also,
Future being at 8 o'clock tonight.
and then Arlie shakes out her bag and all of these, like, I just picture it like chess pieces and like little bits and like a Chinese checkerboard with no pieces. Just things that don't go together that are all part of her like cleric kit. Stumble out. She's like, also there's a cat and a goose. And I'm not really, I'm not sure if they factor in or not.
Goose, you say? Fascinating. If
But
someone
my-
shares your after
Please.
you, Elric.
My understanding is we are trying to put a puzzle together. The pieces must be first found, then put not only together, but together in the right order. Otherwise, we will continue to, Dad says, reset is the word. The beginning of the day, waking up and starting all over again. However, one bit of information that I haven't relayed yet is that there is don't know how this works, but the phrase is 1 in 500 chance that when we reset, nothing will reset. That will be the end of all.
Suppose the gnome toad.
This is what the gnome has said, yes.
Rather wishful thinking, I personally would put it closer to 1 in 200.
That's significantly less.
That changes everything. And then Arlie kicks a bunch of her papers on the ground, like into, I don't know, a nearby fireplace if there is one, or just crumples them as. Sorry.
So,
Take all
Wyhan,
that.
I believe we are here to find the next piece of this puzzle and the right order to put it in. But beyond that, I have no specifics as to what that piece looks like or in what
Rather,
place
looks
order
to
it
me as
goes.
if you have the pieces already, do you? The gnome made it clear to you. Deliver unto him Legion's head, the empty Godstone. He will put it in the machine. He will activate the machine. He will end the threat. Must avoid being detected, behaving abnormally, or whoever bears your mission will take you out of the equation.
I'm not sure that we can fully trust the gnome.
I see. So you feel you must somehow switch the head without the gnome noticing?
If that's the next piece, these considerations are beyond my ken. Arlie?
It's very rare that I don't know what's going on, but I echo your sentiments.
Wyhan, I am the simplest of my party. I work on bare-bone facts, these levels of thinking that Thad and Arlie and Bubo, Harold possess so keenly. I don't have. So I am asking you directly for help, not just into the piece, but the placement. And I guess the when and the where of it.
Stan, your request. Tell me, did you mean to release? I meant to believe this ridiculous story that Harold concocted.
Did we mean to release the gods?
Yes, did you mean to release gods? The halfling has concocted a very fanciful tale of how you release them in order to see pieces back in a godstone that does not currently contain her.
All of those things are true.
Yes, I actually do remember that part, and we did it. I almost didn't, but then I did. I mean, really, because of the halfling. He has a very compelling story. You should hear it. You will cry. I almost cried.
Do not appreciate being lied,
No,
especially by those who seek my aid.
No one's lying to you. At least not intentionally.
I will ask you only one more time. Please, I'm much older than. Did you mean release the gods? Undo my great project?
The end of the world is coming, right? Like it or not, it's inevitable. So who were you in the first place to delay that, to decide to play God yourself? And if you can play God, then by God, I can play God too.
Yes?
So yes, if you didn't follow,
Okay.
which I understand and am sympathetic towards.
Well then.
Sorry, should I have not said? And then she's gonna look up at Aelric and be like, should I have not said this? I know I don't normally ask you these things, but I have a feeling like you understand this better than I do, and should I have not said that? It was true.
Elric is just steeling himself for what is next.
It would it have been more diplomatic to lie? I'm sorry, Wyhan. But I respect you too much.
I appreciate your care. For you to tell me this means that I must trust me. Therefore, when I give this response to your request, I need you to bear in mind that you trust me when I tell you that, as I said before, time is not like a line. Time is like many stones thrown into a pond. One event, one stone. Two events, two stones. Enough events and the predictable circles caused by any one action become a mess of ripples across the still surface. The more people who behave as though they know that this is coming, risk there is when it occurs. The more unstable the time stream becomes, and the gnome's folly open. At the banquet, will do what I can to help you. But until then, I intend to minimize the damage that I do. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do with this knowledge. Shall I just continue with my itinerary for the day? Just gonna have a nap. I shall. You must figure out how to get the gnome, this legion head, on your own. Or, during the banquet, simply make the switch yourself.
How would that help? They'll still have a head for.
Just take the one head out, put the other head in. It can't be that hard.
But why would. I don't understand the point.
Thank you, Wyhan.
Elric, would you explain it to her, please?
The Legion head, it's meant to capture, it's meant to power, it's meant to capture the original gods back in. But with the Rosemary head, it will not react the same. It will not act the same. It will not do what Typhon wants.
Adelpha's underlying theory is sound.
If we can, yeah, and replacing the head with the gem and activating it with all the constructs in the room at the same time will also destroy all the constructs.
All of the Legion type constructs, or like all of the Knights of Solamnia's little robot mercenary things.
Same thing.
Have they been the same thing this whole goddamn time?
So the construct, not Legion and Rosemary,
Why?
but we've been using two different names for the constructs. Yeah, the Knights of Solamnia constructs is what we're talking about,
Okay.
which are like cousins of the Legion. They have a little soul.
All
kind of-
gnomish tech. Right, they have a soul in them. Oh my god. Like little like Full Metal Alchemist. Like
That's right.
okay, I'm done.
That's right. Yeah. But I should say the two legions to separate that from when we're talking about the Knights of Solamnia constructs. right? So Legion and Rosemary switching their head, and then placing it, making sure that it activates with the wrong head will actually do. It will one not go through with Typhon's thing, but it will also destroy all the Knights of Solamnia constructs.
All of the subsequent souls. That's a good thing we released
Well-
God of Death back out there.
Liberating the souls is my understanding.
Exactly. Right. Yes. Right. Yes. Okay. Good job. Someone knows what's going on. Okay. So we kind of have a plan.
We would have a better plan if Harold was here and he could sneak up and switch the heads, or somebody with some sort of stealth, but we do have steps. Thank you, Wyhan. We must find Thad. I guess we will see you at the banquet.
Yes. Shall, if you don't mind, I am going to carry on with my area. I have quite a busy day ahead of me.
Of course. And so Aelric starts walking out starts going down the stairs. Like, are you following him?
Yeah. Arlie's gonna be like making really erratic notes on scraps of paper while trailing sort of the Hop's giving a jump after. The short person who walks behind the tall person has to like take a skip every third step. It's like that.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, I guess we're leaving. And we're gonna head back. I guess we need to head back to the room, anticipating that's
We're probably going to be arrested. We're probably going to be arrested any moment now, but we know what we need to know, and we can, I don't know,
Right.
restart the day.
I would suspect that Thad will meet us back at the room.
We're
once
in
he is
jail.
done,
Yes. Whichever comes first.
whichever comes first. So we will head towards the room.
I can either have the microphone plugged in or I can have my computer plugged in because Macintosh design is fucking terrible. So I've switched to my laptop microphone again because my computer's dying. So as you're leaving the tower, the same servant that got you in waits for you at the bottom with a letter for you. Hands it to you.
To me or Arlen?
Sir, milady, got a letter for you.
Is it for a Candlewick or a Tiamaticus?
It
just sort of-
says for a Candlewick, milady.
Oh, thank you so much. Here, and she tips him.
Thank you, milady. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You open the letter. The letter is an official summons to attend the governor's chamber.
It's new. We haven't had this happen before. What time is it? Actually, never mind, because this is not a default thing. This is very much a thing that we've made happen. So never mind, doesn't matter at the time. The governor, does Arlie know the governor?
We know the room.
Oh.
We know the room.
Yeah. So it's still known as the governor's chambers, even though the council was all murdered.
Oh, the room. Okay.
The note continues and says that been murdered. An investigation is ongoing, and your assistance would be requested.
Oh, this is so nice of them. They're inviting us to be investigated instead of demanding and arresting. And this is because we are quite high status these days. Honestly, I don't think prison will be that much different than living at the tower. And we shouldn't have to experience it for too long until we risk the universe ending again. But we should see what that wants to do.
Who is it signed by?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't actually read that far.
I ordered the Knights of Solamnia.
Oh. Least favorite friends. Less cool constructs.
I would like to try to make it to the gnome.
Oh, interesting. What do you hope to accomplish?
We have the nickname that his wife, who is being held, calls him. I asked for it as a way to create instant trust.
Yes, and we didn't judge her for not being very creative, at least out loud.
Right. That's right. And so my hope is that we can convince the gnome to switch the heads.
Oh, but he doesn't. Oh, for today.
For today.
You're still ambitious that we can fix this today. Well, then, yes. That hadn't occurred to me. I'd already given up. So, yes, let us try fix it today. Then let's go. Let's.
They will want our blood at the banquet. So even if they arrest us, they will have to present us at the banquet so we can touch the machine.
That's right. It's just a trap. We're trapped no matter what we do. So we absolutely should get to the gnome and then see how much we have to play their game to give him long enough to switch the heads. Where's Thad? And then are we back at the room? No.
You need to make
the door to the tower that Wyhan is in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's somewhere else.
Do you need me to make like a deduction check to say?
No.
I believe Thad is in the governor's room.
No. I'm just gonna I'm clear. For some reason I thought we were all meeting back at our chambers, and if we're not, then I'm just gonna message. I'm gonna sending Thad to just let him know what's going on. So that's why she keeps being like, "Is he right here? Is he here in front of me? Can I see him? I'm about to waste a spell."
No, he's definitely not here. He hasn't made it back.
Right, I'm going to let him know what our plan, and then yes, absolutely. If we can get to the gnome, and then he'll know our plan, and then he can also let us know what's going on his end. Unless we're not worried.
Let's wait here and do that then.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Beep 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 beep. Yeah.
25 words, right? 25
words. Okay, but look, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna waste all the words. I am because I'm feeling very chatty. So, what is it that we need to convey? Specifically, that Wyhan has said. I don't want to waste it on Wyhan's feelings, which are fascinating. She had so many of them. Let's see. I won't waste one on his name. He knows who he is. And also you can tell who sending is from. So Thad needs to know.
I was working it out. Wyhan says switch the head. There's greater risk of ending all. Off to see the gnome. Join us there.
Right. Okay. Arlie is just going to repeat that word for word, but she's going to also mess up and be like, Thad! Oh, damn! Never mind. Wyhan says... Like the rest of... I mean, if the words all fit. I don't know. I didn't work it out. Do you want me to work it out?
It's fine.
Okay.
I think it's 23 words.
Can we cut to Thad just sitting in the room with his rapier out, and he's doing the thing where he like balances and flicks his luck stone on the tip of his rapier?
Yeah. Arlie, you send the message. I do not receive any sending.
Just keep flicking my stone.
We don't hear anything back? Oh, well, damn, he's in some sort of... He's not on this plane if he didn't get the message. He's not on this plane, or he's got some sort of counter spell or bizarre situation going on.
Or dead.
Or dead! God damn, Again. Okay. Will it... lead the way to the gnome. I don't remember the way.
What time is it?
Surely I remember the one.
Good question, Michael. Time is currently 10:45. I would note the last time you saw the gnome, visited by Lord Commander Typhon at 11 a.m.
11. Yeah. We're not gonna make it. We can't make it.
Why can't we make it? I'm sorry, but what before the presentation at the ball?
Before the constructs and the Lord Typhon gets there. He arrives at 11 in the gnomes. I didn't realize it was so late in the morning.
Where is that in his dimension door? What? This is very inconvenient of him to have slipped into a pocket dimension.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I don't want to solve all the problems for the party because this is very confusing. I do want to step in every once in a while. He visits Adelpho, but the head wasn't stolen by you today. Right now, everything is going to plan as far as Typhon.
So
Right.
we have the Legion head, and they've got Rosemary's head, and they're going to
Well, they
deliver
got
Rosemary's head.
Because you didn't intercept the tuna.
Yeah, so they've got it from the tuna.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying.
On the first day, when did we see that? We went to what time did we make it to the inn when we saw them go and beat the guy up and cut open the tuna? What time was that on day one?
Beat him up. They just barged and shit. But that was at like 9:30 in the morning.
Okay. All right. All right, let's just go see the gnome. We don't have another plan. So I guess at a run, Aelric's going to head towards Aelric, I guess, he says that and he just starts running towards the gnomes thing, hoping Arlie gets kind of like pulled in the wake, I guess.
Okay. Arlie, do you go with Aelric?
Yeah.
Rooting towards the gnome? Okay. It's a little ways to get to the gnome. You're in a completely different part of the castle, 4 levels up, across the from. As you approach the basements, it's nearing 11. Already, 2 constructs of Solamnia are standing guard at the hallway that leads to the gnome's workshop.
Oh, we'll just do a quick little. You've Misty Step, right, Elric?
I do.
I think we might need to use it. To just hop ahead of.
The constructs turn and face you and say,
Oh,
Lord
damn, they've seen
Aelric.
us.
Lady Arlie, you are requested for questioning in this chamber in relation to the murder of your friend, Barrett. Please proceed to the governor's chamber.
Right,
This
right
area
now.
castle is currently out of bounds.
Oh no, actually, there's a really fast way if you go this way. I am a lady, so that's how I know these things.
There is no route to the governor's chamber through the corridor. Kindly proceed
Okay,
to
you're
gov-
right. We'll turn around and head right back. And then Arlie is thinking about. She's wondering. Misty Step is 30 feet, if I'm not wrong. And so I am really wondering if we can just get. We just need to get above the room that Adelpho's in. We don't need to walk up to it. We just need to be on the next floor above and drop down. So I wonder if there's a way to Misty Step.
Underground are no windows, and you can only misty step to a place that you can see.
Okay, well, good thing you knew the rules. All right.
I knew them.
Okay.
For a second there,
Um,
I thought it was a place that I knew, but then I remembered it was the only place that I could see.
Elric, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like we should walk to the governor's chamber? Or are you feeling like we should maybe just find ourselves a little bit further down the hallway with a slight head start? Or do we go up and try to do it ourselves? By it, I mean answer our questions that we will be asked. Is what I hope that it's clear what I'm.
Yeah, it is.
This area is being secured. Cultist activities. Lord Typhon must meet with Adelpho. Did. This area
Okay.
will be open again at 11:30.
So conflict is kind of
proceed,
your
Governor's
thing.
King.
So, which is what kind of conflict are we? The physical kind or the verbose kind? What? What are you?
Arlie, I believe we should head to the governor's chamber.
Right. Okay. Yes.
And
Thank you so.
Aelric turns around and walks back the direction that he was going. Hopefully Arlie is coming along.
Yes.
And as our back is to them and we are well off heading towards, we're gonna just walk out of direct eye line for this thing, whatever that means, whenever we can take a reasonable turn that makes it look like we're headed that direction to the governor's chamber. He's not gonna stop walking, but Aelric's going to just say, they will only be here for half an hour. We can wait and come back.
I don't understand, but I don't think I need to.
They were saying when Arlie was making this whole thing about when you were talking about all the choices that when Arlie was going through all that, there was this communication that came, this explanation that came from the construct. They said this is being secured from 11 and it will be released from being secured at 11:30.
I don't know what that
was.
refers
So
to.
they're only going to be there from 11 to 11:30 because
I don't
that's all that Lord Typhon needed apparently.
Fine. I don't know who they are. Fine.
The constructs, the two guards that were talking to us said that.
All right. So long as we're all on the same page, Arlie. Sorry. So what happened there is the constructs said they were securing that area against increased activity, security of the Lord Commander Typhon, out of bounds until 11:30. At which point you could come back. They weren't being highly confrontational, but they weren't letting anyone in. They apparently take the Lord Typhon's personal security very seriously. Cool.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good to go. I think we're gonna
Okay.
just find a hidey hole and try to hang out until we get a sense that it's clear to try.
Okay, great. Bad. Across, you've paced the room now. Bores quickly. I'm sure I'm not, characterizing your character for you, but that doesn't strike me as a person that likes being confined. He feels like he's been grounded. So you pace the room. There are 4 poles in the room. The southern pole is the door that you came through. East, western, and northern poles of this circular room are windows. It's much, much, much too high to jump, and there are bars over them in case. We tried breaking the bars, but no avail. However, why don't you? I'll just give it to you. From the window of the room you are in now, out, you have a direct line of sight to the windows of your quarters, where you see a goose paddling in a bathtub, enjoying the breeze.
How far is the goose? 120 feet away?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm gonna point at the goose and I'm gonna cast message. And I'm gonna say, kick up a ruckus. Let your protectors know I'm here.
Okay. The goose immediately stops what it's doing and looks straight out the window at you. It goes, honk! Honk, honk! Gets out of the bathtub. Can't see it anymore. Arlie, Elric, I'm gonna need you to make stealth rolls for me if you're just in the hallway. Left the area, that's fine.
Yeah, I think we just jutted down and continued to boogie. Like I thought we weren't going to draw. We're not going to sit there. We know the window that we need to wait, so there's no reason to like stand vigilant, waiting for it to all go down. We can leave the area unless you want us to keep. Unless you want us to roll stealth, not to be detected by other means, that we're not ushered to the
No, so you
governor's
said
room.
we're just gonna hide, and I wasn't sure what you meant.
Oh, no. I just meant we were gonna. I was just gonna take the first opportunity to turn away and continue down and clear the space out of eye line, so we don't have to. I mean, we can continue to walk. We don't need to stick around there because we know we gotta kill half an hour.
Right. Where do you go?
So what is the relationship of the governor's room to our room?
It's on the other side of the line of sight from your room to the governor's room.
Okay. How long will it take us to get to our room from where we are?
Oh, about 10 minutes.
All right, let's just head back to our room.
Okay. Start walking back to your room. Outside your room, there are two constructs of Solamnia. The robotic way, they look up at you, approach. They're a bit like Helm, like they're wearing these helmets, but there's nothing in there, so it's very it's like an empty suit of armor is looking. They both salute, and one states, Elric, Lady Candlewick, your presence is required in the governor's chambers. Has been murdered. An investigation is ongoing. Your assistance is requested. Please follow us.
Elric holds up his hand and says, "We can't leave until Lady Arlie retrieves all of her law books."
That's
That is
actually true.
acceptable.
I am representing all of us and myself.
We need access to the room.
Apart. The door to your room is open behind them. They must have gone inside.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah. We need to get out of here.
So, oh, sorry. I was actually going to go get my law books. Am I not actually getting my law book? I'm sorry. Was that the sound of Thad having a bath? I don't understand what's happening with a goose. Like, is that what's happening in the room? Is that why we can't go
So
in?
the door to the room is open. The goose is gone.
The goose is gone. All right, let's get the law books.
Oh, we are actually doing that. Okay, yes. Okay, great. I do have them, but where, in what pocket dimension is that? And what's our strategy for now that they're out of earshot? She closes the door, I think. Oh no, they're in here
No,
with
they're
us. Are
inside.
they-
They're in there with us. They're in here with
Oh,
us.
right. Well, the thing is that law is a complicated math subject. Arlie switches to Draconic. What is thine plan?
We must make enough time to get back to the gnome. We cannot be apprehended.
Thou suggest I find a way to stall?
To hide.
To hide.
To hide.
Right. Well, then it is very good that I should have the blueprints with all of the hidden places, or at least as many as they wrote down. And I'm just going to ask the DM if Arlie can have blueprints to the castle in all of her
Sure.
endless sort of library functioningness.
Yeah, you can have that.
So within this, if we do pay it good attention, we should find at least some small library alcoves, bookshelves in wrong places, scullery doors that lead to no scullery. But we need to make it look like we're reading the law, so we'll work on that. So Arlie, yeah,
There's
just
a,
grabs.
there is a knock at the door.
Okay.
Arlie looks to the constructs like, well, going to ask a lady to open a door, are you?
Close the door on the constructs. That's why they're knocking.
Oh, I see what you're. I thought they were in the room with us the whole time. I got you.
No.
Gotcha,
They let
gotcha,
you go
gotcha,
into the
gotcha, gotcha. Okay, good.
That's why
Okay.
it wasn't Dracon. I totally thought that's why I switched. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Well, now it's super secret.
That's right. Yeah, super secret. Aelric goes to the door, opens up the door. Arlie's carrying a bundle of books.
Allow us to carry your books for you, milady.
Oh, so since they're outside, Arlie's actually just gonna fully. She doesn't have to hide looking at the map. She's gonna fully like look at the map and like plan. She's gonna mark out like at least 3. Like there's a torch here. When you pull it the right way, there's a secret passage that just goes. It's like Clue, right? Like, or at least
The way this is going to mechanically work, guys, and I am sort of trying to figure this out, is I'm going to give you advantage on the hide action. I will
Okay, cool,
also
then-
I will also give you advantage on stealth rolls for moving through. If you attempt to move through the castle undetected from any point A to point B, now that the guards are looking for you, it will require a successful stealth roll, DC 15.
Okay.
You'll have advantage on that roll, and you need to take it only once for the 2 of you. It won't make both of you roll. Whoever has the higher stealth rating should probably take it.
And if it's too unreasonable for the map to have secret passages, it can just have like, here's a heavy tapestry. You can stand behind it, kind of like, you know,
So
reasonable.
mechanically, choose whoever has the highest stealth. Let them take the roll. Anytime you want to go from point A to point B in the castle, you're going to roll stealth. It'd be a DC 15, and you have advantage.
Not good.
Okay. We need to get past the guards first, though, man. I don't know how to get past the guards first.
Why do we have to get past them? But wait, why do we have to get?
Unless there's a way out of this room. Do we have a way out of this very room?
Well, but they're not escorting us or following us like the ones downstairs didn't, right?
No, but these 2 guards just asked to carry your book.
Oh, Elric, we should go out the window. You can fly, and we know that there's a window because every morning we look at it and the condensation is there.
There's a large crashing sound outside your room, and you hear someone begin to curse in Elfin. Maudita tabernacle calice maudit oiseau, huh? As well, you're multiple people screaming, something going honk, 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 honk. Sick.
Like Bubo hunting a goose.
It's the
One of
chef.
one of the
Oh, right. Lots of things speak.
one of the constructs opens the door and says, "There is a commotion nearby. Please report to the governor's room. You are not under arrest, really required for questioning. We'll investigate the disturbance and return." They march down the hall. Now that the door is open, it sounds like all hell has broken loose. People are screaming, earthenware vessels being knocked over, crashing, the sounds of a very angry creating a disturbance.
Right. So
I guess we walk out and start your plan to hide for the next half hour and get out of there so we can make it back to the gnome.
no.
Bad, I feel like you've really been let out of the stupid loop here, man.
Do
Thank you
we
for
get
getting the goose out of the tub, though?
I walked into a trap that the DM gave me every opportunity to walk out of.
And he did get the goose to track the guards for you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
Yeah.
that? Oh, wait! Just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah,
hearing
yeah.
this huge commotion in the kitchens, people swearing, earthenware vessels being knocked over, and screaming.
So I
Um,
mean, it would make sense to use the opportunity of this to go and find a hiding spot.
Yeah, Aelric
That's
just
what I'm saying.
said.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going with the old checks, but the old checks are the idea that we're moving through things, but finding a hiding spot is different, isn't it? Or it's not
You need to take the hide action.
mechanically the same.
You need to take the hide action. The DC is 15. Or you can go to the governor's.
Oh, okay. Well, what if we like went onto the outside of the building and hid there? Like, what if we climbed out a window and just like hung out on like some sort of gargoyle? I guess it doesn't matter. That's still DC 15, and I will slowly get that into my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, casting. Sorry, I see your message there, Sean. Casting Bless will not help us hide because it is only for attacks or saving throws. So it's not like I don't have guidance. Or yeah, no, do I? No, I do actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I cast guidance on Aelric. What is Aelric's hide modifier?
That's my what? Hide
Do you have,
modifier?
mine's
I have
0.
nothing. I have plus 3
Okay.
stealth. But
Oh, you have
I
plus
am
3
at
stealth.
dis-
Let's.
I do, but I have a disadvantage of it because of my fucking armor.
Oh, you have disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna cast it on myself, and we'll use my hide roll.
Okay. Great.
I cast guidance on myself.
okay.
Okay. So let's find a hidey hole, and then you can roll your thing.
Roll
Okay.
stealth with advantage, Arlene.
Okay. Haha. Wait, that didn't work, did it? It rolled whatever. I clicked on advantage.
I got
clicked
it.
on stealth,
Yeah,
and I
it
clicked
got
on
it.
advantage.
It says it. You rolled 2 die 20. So yeah, you got an 18. It says 2d20.
Oh,
That's what it
okay.
looks like when there's the advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I would have a little d4 for but I have fast 15.
It says 18 on my board plus the
Thank you, DM.
4.
Well,
Yeah.
that's for the guidance that I cast on me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you have a
So you're-
22.
22.
See, the two of you use the commotion caused by the goose to constructs and make your way to a area in the cellars that you had been in last week's today, full of provisions, barrels, wheels of cheese, all that kind of thing, and hide behind the stuffs. Yes. There is a sound of a slot door of the room you are currently imprisoned in opening. And a familiar voice says, "Hello, Thad. Declan."
You're talking to Aelric and Arlie, right? Because we're hiding in it.
Adius.
Oh, okay.
Adius.
I thought you said the room you're currently hiding in. So
This is no way to treat a lord. One that came to report a crime they discovered.
The Lord was witnessed fleeing the scene of the crime at preternatural speeds. Thaddeus.
Where was the nearest? There was nobody. Are you really?
Imagine you cast Farstrider on yourself and then just ran from the barracks.
The only place that we knew where there would be Knights of Solamnia, since you do not post guards at the end of your sleeping quarters, no matter what thieves can come in, where were we supposed to go? Declan? Huh? Where? I come in, I report a crime, while my two compatriots go to warn other people we might think might be murdered, you among them, and this is how we're treated.
Yes, it is all rather unfortunate, but I have my orders. Thaddeus. And I think you should think of it as being for your own.
But protection from whom?
Cultists. They're everywhere these days. This morning there was a brawl in the market.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Just this morning there was a brawl. Fish market.
Ah, yes. What was the brawl over?
Well, some of these people imagine themselves to be the chosen of Palatine, who I am told is a god of good.
Let me...
They've gone about the city trying to root out wickedness. Their activities began as benign, as often, but have since escalated into property destruction, kidnapping, and assault. Darrett have been investigating these murders. I say had been. In any case, I have my orders. Friends have been summoned to join you here. I don't know when they have arrived.
Oh, my friend will absolutely not arrive here.
Why not? You're not under arrest. You're merely wanted for questioning.
I'm sorry, but are you saying that you think that a Lady Candlewick will be taken aside and placed in a room when there is a party tonight in which people can question her to her heart's desire? We're here reporting a murder. And the only thing that I wish to know is, would you like to know something absurd? When we found his body lying there, do you know whose room I ran to first? Yours.
Yes, and I imagine that you found my room empty, as I was not present at the time of his death.
Yes, which would allow any kind of anarchist or malcontent the ability to waltz into the barracks and kill a hero of the war.
Barracks was meant to be guarded at the time, and we are investigating the reason why those guards were relieved.
Ooh. So you yourselves do not know who relieved the guards, allowing a murderer to come into the building to kill a hero? That sounds like a politically motivated crime, doesn't it? Who can you be so sure of your own people in the Knights of Solamnia now? How do you know that I'm not being used as a scapegoat while some cabal within your own organization tries to pay back those that did their best to protect all of Kryn?
Oh, that none of my people chose to free the goddamn gods.
I don't think that you quite understand that there wasn't a choice involved. Things happen the way that they happen, and there's nothing that you can do about that without a god.
How very convenient. 2 unfortunate incidents and you the only witness. Thaddeus.
You know, if we ever had to have a fair fight, I would kick your ass, right? It wouldn't even be a contest.
See, that's the difference between you and Dad. I don't fight fair. I win. And she closes the grate to the door. And with that, we're at the end of our session. Midday. Just a shade after 11:30. Dad has been imprisoned. Arlie and Aelric are hiding behind wheels, is unsure of what to do next. And a goose is on the loose. Happened to our heroes. Next week, we'll find out more. Legion time, same Legion channel. Very much for watching. Thank you all very much for playing. I have been Michael, your DM. We are out.
Still back at the front.
In Candlewick Manor, born to nobility, Ollie dodged through life with frivolity. Parties and balls, a life so grand. Little did she know what fate had planned. Ollie, the wandering Candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. From luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack. Contracts and bylaws, she knew them all. Her litigious prowess made bureaucrats fall. In mazes of paper would she find a way to bend the rules and save the day. A holy symbol in a divine dream. Not all in the tower is as it may seem. A true the tower across the land. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. But Ollie sees more than meets the eye. All timelines at once, futures that fly. Past, present, future, all intertwined. Sometimes leaving the present behind. Library cat, shrouded in mystery, follows Audie through every history. With glowing eyes and silent paws, it guards her path without pause. Ollie, the wandering Candlewick, chosen by Sybil in her destiny's down. Escape from towers of paper to the open road, a reluctant cleric with powers bestowed. Cut from luxury, thrust into robes, surrounded by tomes and dusty old globes. But Ollie's mind, sharp as a tack, mastered the legalese others did lack.
Oh, hoist up the sails, let the winds take a clip. For Thaddeus Turnpike commands his ship. For rode on the waves, a sailor so bold, with magical powers and a heart of gold. He-ho, Thaddeus sailed the endless sea, with little Bubo as wise as can be. Through tempest and tide, they roam far and wide, the Turnpike legacy, their unfading pride. From the mighty Turnpike line he hails, with a lineage of captains braving the gales. A scion of seafarers fierce and grand, with the spell on his lips and the sword in his hand. Behold Thaddeus, master of the spell, with little Bubo through heaven and hell. They dance with the stars, they flirt with the dew, their laughter echoes in the ocean's blue. An owl for his mate, little Bubo's his name. Together they soar in fortune and fame. With little Bubo, his talons wrapped in light, they summon the winds and the stars to their fight. A curse of great power, a gift or a bane, Thaddeus wields it with little to fame. A rogue with a charm, a sailor with flair, he faces each curse with nary a care. Behold Thaddeus, the sea's arcane knight, with little Bubo in the pale moonlight. Through whispers of magic and the salt-laden air, the Turnpike adventure none can compare. So sing of the Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Bubo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart. So sing of that Turnpike, the legend, the tale, of Thaddeus and Bubo setting sail. For where the map ends, their journeys just start. The sea's in their blood, magic in their heart.
In Solonia's fields, a halfling stood tall. Sea gray eyes, a fighter's call. With Fiona's love and Angus' smile, his world was bright for a little while. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. From Zakar streets to golden fields, their family loved the greatest shield. They dreamed of wonders near and far, penned on a list beneath the stars. Oh, Harold Grey with list in hand, a promise made, a journey planned. Each task he'll mark, each dream fulfill. For those he's lost, his heart beats still. Young Angus fell on distant shore, while Fiona's kiss would come no more. A drunken noble, a vengeful blade, left Harold's world in darkness laid. But from his grief a purpose born, to honor vows that he had sworn. The list unfolds a final wish, a blade resisted a gutted fish. Now Harold roams through joy and strife, to live for three in one short life. From mountains high to oceans deep, this solemn pledge he vowed to keep. With bowler hat and iron will, He faces each task with hard-won skill. For every deed he sees it through. He feels their love forever true. And when the final task is done, when every battle's lost and won, he'll close his eyes, his duty clear, knowing his loved ones drawing near. In afterlife they'll meet again, their love eternal, free from pain. The list complete, their dreams fulfilled, a promise kept, a future will. Oh, Harold Gray, your journey's long, but in your heart they're never gone. With every dream that you fulfill, Fiona and Angus are with you still.